Welcome to Pilates. I'm Myra. Thanks for joining me for this 1-hour Pilates class. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to place our hands on our low abs and then take your feet into a small Pilates feet, opening those toes up and heels together. Now squeeze your glutes, legs are lengthened and strong, and then see if you can press your belly in towards your spine, feeling those low abs engaging and keeping them there. Take a deep breath in through the nose, feeling the ribs open, and exhale through your mouth. Inhale through the nose, exhaling from the back of the throat. Inhale, keeping those abs pressing in. Exhale. Inhale, let the arms go by the sides. And exhale. Inhale, ribs expand. Exhale, drop your chin to your chest, and we'll slowly roll down over our feet. Taking a deep breath in at the bottom. Exhale, scoop that belly in and slowly unroll yourself. Inhale, stack the ears all the way over the shoulders. And exhale again, rolling down, keeping that low belly pressing in. Breathing in. And exhale, rolling up. Inhale, long spine. And exhale, rolling down. Good, and we'll stay dangling over our feet for a couple breaths. You want to take your feet parallel, opening up those heels. Maybe bend the legs or grab the elbows. Keeping that breath going, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And then let's go ahead and walk it out to downward dog. And again, just taking a couple breaths to do whatever feels good in the body for you. Find that belly still pressing into the spine. Our goal is to keep those low abs engaged for basically our whole class. Good. Lift the heels and then roll into plank pose, finding some movement through the spine. And then inhale to lift the hips back to downward dog, and your exhale lowers your heels to the floor. Inhale, heels lift, and exhale, roll to plank. Inhale, lift the hips, and exhale, heels lower. Inhale, lift the heels, and exhale, roll to plank. Inhaling, and exhaling. Good, go ahead and lower the knees down to the mat, coming onto all fours. Inhale to arch the back and lift the head and chest. And exhale, contracting the belly in and curving the spine to the sky. Inhale, arching, keeping the belly tight though as you arch the back. And exhale, curving the spine, trying to look all the way towards the belly button. 2 more. Inhaling. And exhale. Deep breath in. And exhale. And we're going to hold it here. Looking towards your belly button, pressing the low abs in. And then tuck the toes and let the knees hover off the mat, holding your position. Good, and then lift the hips, lengthening the legs, a downward dog. And then bending the legs back down to all fours. Good, coming into a tricep push-up here on our hands and knees. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, bending the arms down. We're letting our forehead reach far away from our fingertips, trying to lower your forehead all the way to the ground and then lifting it back up. Exhale, lower, let those shoulders rocking forward, reaching away from the fingertips and straightening up. And exhale, as you go down, take some concentration into those low abs again, making sure they're still pressing into the spine, and lift. And exhale, lower. And inhale, lift. Good. Continuing, you can stay right there where we are, or you can extend your body into a straight line, or come into a full plank with me, and continuing lowering down nice and slow. And exhale to lift. Deep breath in. And exhale, lower. And straightening the arms. And down. And lift. Last one. Trying to keep our centers strong. And lift. Good. Let's go ahead and rest in downward facing dog. Or you can rest in child's pose with your knees down and your arms resting by your side. Either one works. Take some deep breaths wherever you are in child's pose or in downward dog. Still feeling the low belly pressing into the spine, even though we're resting. And let's all meet in downward dog, and then we'll walk the feet up to meet the hands at the top of our mat. And taking a couple breaths here, again dangling over the feet. And go ahead and lower yourself down. Planting the feet in front of us and lifting up to a long spine. And exhale, curving the back, finding that C curve shape, and slowly lowering ourselves down to the floor. Coming into hundreds, so leaving your feet planted for the most ease, tabletop, straight to the sky, or lowering them down. Imprint the low spine on the floor, and then lifting the head and chest, and strongly pump those arms as you inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, exhale, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, exhale, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, exhale, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, exhale. Good, knees into the chest. And stretching out the legs and the arms above the ears. Taking a deep breath in and flex those feet. And our exhale lets our arms raise to the sky, and we will slowly roll ourselves up. And reaching over those toes, pressing our belly back. And exhale, rolling ourselves down. Inhaling, arms lifting, belly pressing down. And exhale, slowly rolling it up. And exhale, rolling down. Just going for control here. Inhale, engage that belly. And exhale, rolling up. Chin over those feet. And we'll roll down to the mat. And we'll stay on our backs. Good. Once you've gotten there, go ahead and plant your feet on the floor, knees bending to the sky. And we'll take our hands behind our head, elbows nice and wide open. Engage those abs again, imprinting the low spine on the floor. Take an inhale breath here. As you exhale, lifting the head and chest, shortening the distance between our ribs and hips. And then release those arms down by our hips. We lift our chest higher, and then we lower everything down. Take an inhale. Exhale, lifting our head and chest, keeping our hands by our hips. So we're just reversing that motion. And then arms reaching behind our head. And then we lower down. And hold for your inhale. Exhale, lifting head and chest. Inhale, reaching arms. And exhale, lowering with control. Holding on the inhale. And exhale to lift. Inhale, arms circle to the head, open those elbows, and rolling it down. And exhale, lift. Inhale to reach. And exhale to lower. Inhaling. And exhale, ribs to hips. Arms reaching up. And exhale, lowering. Once more. Inhaling. Exhale, lift. Inhale, arms reach. And exhale, lower. Breathing in. And exhale, lift. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, lowering down. And extending the legs and arms away from each other, taking a deep breath in, flexing those feet. And our exhales rolling us up again. Good. And then circle the arms back behind us, lifting them all the way up in line with the ears, finding a nice flat back. Then exhale, we're folding in half. Pretend someone's gently pulling your waist back as your fingers reaching forward. And the hands can go all the way to the floor if that feels good for you. Inhale to circle the arms back and find your nice tall spine. And exhale, curving it forward. Inhale, unfolding. And exhale, tighten that belly. Once more, inhale. And exhale. And we'll roll it back to the mat. Good, and then we're coming into that same sequence, but this time our legs will be in tabletop. So find the head, hands behind the head with those elbows open again. press that low belly down and your low back into the floor. Take a breath in and exhale, lift. Inhale, arms reach, and exhale, lowering down. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lift. Inhale, reach, and exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale, ribs slide to hips. Exhale, and they lift higher and lower down. Inhale, hold. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And one of the challenges here and lift is to keep those knees right over the hips. Try not to let them come in towards the chest. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Press the belly down. And lift. Arms circle and lower. Okay, we're going to grab behind the thighs. You can widen the knees with big toes together or keep them glued. Take an inhale breath, and then on our exhale, we'll just slowly roll up to a balance on our sits bones. Balancing here. So we have the C curve shape in our body. We're looking down in our belly button. We're going to come into rolling like a ball. So again, knees wide is a good position to start in. If you're feeling good, then pressing the knees more towards the chest. And our last goal is here in a tight ball, which I don't feel comfortable doing yet. So here I am. Reminder that we are not letting our neck or our head hit the floor. We're just going to our shoulders, looking down at the belly button. Take an inhale and exhale, contract that belly in. And inhale to roll back. And exhale to roll up. Inhale, rolling back. And exhale, rolling up. Try not to kick the legs, just trying to keep our body nice and still. Using our abs to keep our body positioned as we roll. And rolling back and up. And find 3 more. On your own time. When we are done with your 3rd one, we'll just again stay balancing on our sits bones. Good, hopefully we're all here balancing. We'll all grab behind the thighs and just slowly lower yourself back down to your spine. Good, and then extending the legs to the sky and pressing again that low belly down and imprint the back. Dropping our legs towards one side, but we're going to keep the opposite hip glued toward the floor, so they're not going to go too far. And then bringing it to center and rocking them towards the other side. Glue that opposite hip down and bringing it to center. As you let those legs slide to your first side, keep your belly pressing down as much as you can and to center. And rock those hips and up. Good, and then adding on, so our hips travel to the side, and then they lower down towards the middle of our body. Once they get there, we glue that low back, and then we lift up. And rocking them to the side, lowering to center. Feel that low back is glued to the floor, and lift. And again, lowering the legs, and circling down. And lifting. And legs to the side. And circle. And lift. Good. So widen the legs into a V. We'll grab behind the thighs, and this time we're going to try to rock up with straight legs, but if you want to go ahead and bend them. And take an inhale breath. And exhale, scooping the belly and looking towards the belly button, curving the spine and slowly rolling up to our sits bones. Legs are wide and find that C curve shape looking down at the belly button. So now we're gonna go for open leg rockers. So just like rolling like a ball, but we'll keep our legs straight. Of course, you can always do it with bent again. So you can grab behind the thighs or walk your hands up a little higher towards the ankles. And again, reminder, neck and head don't hit the floor. Look down at that belly button, take an inhale breath. And exhale, press the belly in strongly. And inhale to roll back. And exhale to roll up. And inhale. And exhale. Trying to keep the belly scooping in. And exhale. 3 more on your own time. Feeling the nice massage along our spine. When you're done with your third, we'll just stay balancing on our sits bones, keeping that C-curve shape in the body. And then glue the legs together. Grab behind the thighs and slowly lower yourself back down, keeping the legs up. And resting the hands down. Good, we're gonna come into single leg stretch. So one knee gathering into the chest and lowering the other leg down. Lifting the head and chest. And we'll do one exhale and inhale to switch. Exhale, inhale, look down at that belly. Keeping it engaged. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Breathe out. And in. Out. And in. 8 more. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2, and 1. Good, take the knees to the chest and lower the head down. We're gonna come into double leg stretch, but a little different than I normally do it. We'll keep our hands by our side when we reach our legs out. So take an inhale here. Exhale, lifting the head and chest. And inhale to lengthen the legs and the arms by the side. And exhale, bending them in. Inhale, reaching them out. And exhale, bringing them back in. Trying to keep that low back pressing down towards the floor as we extend our legs. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 4 more. Inhale. And exhale. Concentrating all on our center. Inhale. And exhale. It's not about how straight we can get our legs or how low. It's about how much control we can maintain in the center of our body. Good. That was our last one. Lowering it down. Taking the legs to the sky and then reaching the arms up parallel to the legs, and we'll lower everything to the mat in 8 counts. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Deep breath in and exhale, rolling it up. Good, come into that spinal stretch. And then stack your spine into a nice straight line. Reaching those arms out to a T. Coming into saw. So inhale to twist to one side and exhale to reach it forward and looking at that back hand. Inhale to twist to the other side and exhale to reach. And again, inhale, ears over shoulders, exhale. Inhale, shoulders all the way over hips, and exhale. Good, continuing with saw, but taking a slight different variation, looking down at our front hand and curving our spine forward. Inhale to twist, and exhale to reach. One more set here, inhaling. And exhale, look at that front hand. Inhale. And exhale. Good, come on back up to that nice flat back. And then just using the strength of your legs, open your legs up as wide as feels comfortable for you. And continuing with saw with these wide legs. Inhale. And we'll continue with that variation, looking down at that front hand and curving the spine. Inhale to twist. And exhale to reach. And one other thing to think about here is that both sits bones are on the floor and they stay there when we reach it forward. Inhale. And exhale, that's our last one. Good, reaching it up, closing the legs, and breathing in, and exhale, find that C-curve shape, and roll it down. Good, and then planting the feet on the floor, and taking our hands down by our hips. Glue that low back, and as we inhale, curve the tailbone up and roll our spine up. And exhale, rolling it down. Inhale to roll up. And exhale to roll down. Inhale, lifting. And exhale, lowering. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Good, we're going to glue the legs together. And go ahead and lift the hips up. Releasing one leg to the sky. When we inhale, lower the leg. And exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And your lift can be a little forceful on that exhale. Inhale. And exhale, like a kick. Inhale. And exhale. Good, hold it there in line with the hip. And then lift the hips higher for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, lower everything down. Lifting the hips and other leg to the sky. Hold the waist tight. Inhale. Exhale, kick. Inhale. Exhale, tighten that waist. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hold the leg up and the hips go higher for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering everything down. Both feet on the floor, legs are still glued together, and then again tucking that tailbone and we're rolling up through our spine. And exhale, rolling it down. Inhale, roll up. And exhale, roll down. Keep those knees squeezing together actively. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale, roll up. And exhale, roll down. Good, lift both hips. And back to our first leg. You lift the hips for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then circle your top leg. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then reverse that circle. 4, 3, 2, 1. And again. 1. Try to stabilize your standing leg, try to keep it from wiggling, and reverse. 2, 3, 4. Good, lower everything down. And lifting the hips, moving to the other side, and lifting up, and find your breath. Good, hold and circle. 2, 3, 4. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4. And reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, and backwards. 2, 3, 4, and lower everything down. Good, walking our feet away from us, so we just have a gentle bend in the knees. Reaching the arms up above our ears, inhaling, and exhaling, we're going to roll it up. Once you've gotten up, extend the legs and arms back out to a T, flexing the feet, coming into spinal twist. So inhaling and twist. We exhale, exhale, inhale to center. Exhale, exhale, inhale, tighten the belly. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale, inhale. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reaching those hands in front of us. Deep breath in, lengthen the spine. Exhale, curving the back and lowering down. Good, and then we're going to take our legs to the sky. We're going to come into leg lifts and lowers with straight legs. Option for them to be bent here. Hands down by our sides. No, let's actually take the hands behind our head. So imprint that low back. And again, remember, the goal of this is to keep the belly engaged and not let it go. Not about how straight the legs are or how low that they go. So let's inhale to lower. 2, 3, 4, and exhale to lift. 2, 3, 4, and lower on an inhale. 3, 4, and exhale to lift. 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3, 4, lift. 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3, 4, lift. 2, 3, 4. Good. Keep those legs to the sky or rest them into the chest. Take 2 deep breaths. And we'll continue with 4 more. Maybe this time lift your head and chest off of the mat, or just keep it where it was. And lower. 2, 3, 4, and lift. 2, 3, 4. Down. 2, 3, 4, and up. 2, 3, 4. 2 more. Down. 2, 3, 4. Try to keep the elbows as wide open as they can be. 3, 4. Last one down. And up. Good. Let's all rest our knees into the chest. Take nice big breaths. And then coming back into our nice full body stretch. Take a moment to let the ribs open and the back arch. And then as you exhale, glue that low back, flex the feet, breathing in and rolling it up. Reaching it forward and unrolling the spine. So again, open your legs without using your arms to help you. Coming into a variation on our spinal stretch. So hands are in front of us and they're touching the floor. Legs are nice and strong and engaged, toes flexing to the sky. Don't let the legs move as we start reaching forward here. So inhaling And as you exhale, find that C-curve shape and reaching the arms down the mat as far as they can go without losing the placement of our legs. And inhale to unroll. And exhale, curve the spine, press that belly in. And inhale to unroll. And once more. Exhale, reaching forward, keeping this belly pressing in. Keeping that C-curve shape in the back. And unrolling. And bring the legs together without using your hands. And inhale. Exhale, rolling it down. Once we lay down, we're going to roll over onto our stomach. Taking our hands under our shoulder, legs can be wide apart or they can be glued together. Lengthening the spine and engaging the abs by trying to lift them off the floor, and our legs are strong and straight and squeezing, forehead down. Inhale to peel yourself up. There's no weight on the hands. And exhale to slowly lower. Inhale to lift, keep the belly strong. And exhale, roll it down. Inhale to roll up. And then we lift the arms and we extend them behind us and we lower everything to the mat. Inhale to lift the upper body, including the arms. Now reaching your arms out to a T and lowering everything down. And inhale to lift. And then bringing our arms in front of us in line with the ears and lowering. Re-engage those abs. And lift. And opening the arms to a T and lowering down. And inhale, lifting. Arms back behind us. And lowering down. Good, let's come into single leg kick. So propping ourselves up onto our elbows, but finding a nice long spine, looking down at our fingers and then gluing the legs together. Kicking one heel into our butt, we do inhale, inhale, and exhale, extend. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And lower it down. Hands under shoulders, pressing to plank or skipping there. Just pressing onto your knees, and we're just coming into child's pose. Just giving that spine a little stretch. Okay, next we'll make our way onto one side. Coming into some leg work. So today we're going to keep our bottom leg bent. And our body's going to be in a straight line from head to toe. You prop your head up with your hand and then engage those abs, keeping them strong the whole time. So just lifting that lengthened leg up and down. 2, 3, 4. Maybe try to lift that lower oblique off the ground to really keep the waist strong. 6, 7, and just coming up one more level, so we're up on our elbow. Open the chest, find a long neck, and lift for 8, 7, 6. Try to straighten that knee as much as you can. 4, 3, 2, and don't forget your breath. 1. Coming up one more level, so we'll straighten that arm, but it's out away from the shoulder, and this will be a smaller lift. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, lift that chest, press your shoulders down your back. 6, 7, and 8. Now coming up into a side plank with our knee down on the ground and opening that top arm, and we lift and lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Lowering ourselves down one level to our straight arm and lifting for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Strong in the low abs. 3, 2, 1. Good. Lowering down to our elbow. Now we're going to take our legs out in front of us. And we're going to lift both legs up and bring them forward. Bring them back in line with our body. And bring them forward. Bring them back in line with our body. And forward. And back. And forward. And back. Good. They're in line with our body. We'll go ahead and lower ourselves down. Resting our ear on our shoulder and lifting just the legs. Press the belly in and lift and lower and up and down. Up and down and up and down. Good. And bringing the legs to that front corner of your mat and coming into our inner thigh, so bending the knee. We're planting the foot, opening that knee away from us and grabbing the ankle, maybe propping up the head. So we lift that leg as high as it can go. And lift. 3, 4. Check in with your abs, check in with your spine. Do we have a long neck? 6, 7, and 8. Good. Circle forward. 2, 3, 4, and circle backwards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Extending that top leg back out. Legs still at that front corner of our mat. Point that top leg, and we're doing one large leg lift. Lift it up and down, and one grand round de jambe forward. Big circle. And one large leg lift. And one circle backwards. And one lift. And a bicycle, so we'll take our leg forward, flexing the foot, and then bicycle it back. And one lift, keeping those hips stacked. Swinging the leg back, bicycling it forward, flexing the foot, and bringing it down. And from the top of that sequence, lift and lower, circle forward and around. And lift and lower. Circle back and around. Lift and lower. Bring it forward. Bicycle back. And lift Good, rolling onto our stomach. Continuing with that same leg that we've been working with. Rest your forehead down and just lift only that leg for 4, 3, check that your belly is tight, 2, and 1. And then bend that leg and lift your toes to the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, extend the leg, tuck the toes, lift the knee off the ground, and back of the heel lifts and lowers 2 times. 3, trying to keep the leg straight, it's a little hard there. Bending the leg and lifting up the bottom of the foot to the sky. 3 and 4. Good, extending it down. And then we'll make our way to the other side, rolling over or switching sides. So we're going to start in our nice straight line with our bottom leg bent. Point that toe, find strength in the stomach, and try to lift your low obliques off of the mat. And we lift 8, 7, 6, 5. You can inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, or just find long, deep breaths. Good, coming up to the next level on our elbow. And lift and lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Coming onto that straight arm. Really press the abs in here and find a long spine and neck. Lift. 2, 3, 4. Still breathing. 6, 7, and 8. And up onto our knee. Top arm extending to the sky, opening that chest. Trying to line up shoulders and hands and lift and lower. Lift and lower. Trying to only move that leg, keeping the rest of our body very still. 5, 6, 7, 8. Lowering down to our straight arm. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoulder blades pressing down the back. 5. Chest lifting to the sky. 6, 7, 8. Good. Taking our legs out to the front corner of our mat and lowering down to our elbow. And then we lift the legs and bring them forward and swing them back. And front. And back. Forward. And back. And forward. And back. Good. Keeping them in line with our body, nice and straight line. Lowering our head and lifting both legs up and down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good. Bring the legs to the front corner of the mat, bending that top leg or planting the foot and opening that knee, maybe propping your head up in your hand. Flex that bottom foot and lift and lower. Lift and lower. 3, 4. Take some concentration back into those low abs. 6, 7, 8. Good. Circle forward for 4, 3, think that you're lifting the arch of your foot to the sky, and 1. And reverse. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good, extending the top leg, coming into that sequence. Point that top foot and we do our 1 lift and lower. And our circle forward and around. Lift and lower. Circle back, inhale and exhale. Lift, inhale, exhale, lower. Bring it forward, flex, bicycle back. And inhale, and exhale, back, and bicycle forward. And repeat from the beginning, up, and down, circle forward, and back. Inhale, exhale, circle back, and forward. Inhale, exhale, swing it front, bicycle back. Inhale, exhale, bring it back, bicycle front. Good, and lowering onto our stomachs, continuing to work that same leg. Rest your forehead down, maybe stack your other hand on top this time. Connect the belly and lift for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bending the leg and toes to the sky, up and down, up and down. Press your belly button into your spine, and 1. Extending the leg, tuck the toes, lift the knee, and then lift the back of the heel and lower. 2, 3, 4. Bending the leg, and up and down, up and down. 3 and 4. Good, extend both legs. I'm reaching the arms out in front of us. Inhale to lift everything off the mat. And circling the arms back. And lowering everything down. Inhale to lift. And circle the arms forward, trying to get them in line with the ears and lowering. Belly strong. And again, inhale to lift. Exhale, arms lower by your sides. Lower everything down. And inhale, lifting. Arms forward. And lower. Good, hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes. We'll press into plank pose. Holding plank for 3 breaths. One more breath. And then find child's pose. Again, give that spine a nice stretch. Good, gently coming out of that. And then making our way onto our sits bones. And gathering our knees to our chest and lifting the legs parallel to the floor. Go ahead and release the arms. Inhaling here. stay here or go ahead and lower yourself down, trying to keep our legs nice and strong. Lowering your hands and your head, inhaling, and then exhale, lifting back to our balance. Inhaling, and once more exhale, lowering it down. Inhale here, press the belly down, and exhale to lift. And last one, lowering it down, and we'll stay down. And coming into thread the needle, so crossing the one ankle over your knee, keeping this foot flexed. Take a gentle opening of that top knee and maybe threading the arms through and giving a gentle pull towards you. And switching the legs, other ankle over the knee, gently opening that knee out. And maybe threading the arms through. This time put your other thumb on top when you interlace your fingers. Come back into your breath if you've forgotten it. Planting the feet on the floor, and just rocking our knees over to one side, letting that other hip lift off, and then glue both shoulders on the ground, arms out to a T, just a gentle twist on the spine. Keep that breath going. One more breath here. And then go ahead and let your legs rock to the other side. Once both knees are down, make sure that that opposite shoulder is pressing down to the floor. Keep the belly strong here as we're twisting the spine. One more breath. And then unrolling yourself. And then we'll make our way back into plank. And coming back into our slow tricep push-ups. You can do them on your knees or in your full plank. Press that belly in, and we lower 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift. 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3, 4, and up. 2, 3, 4. 2 more. Down. 2, 3, 4, and up. 2, 3, 4, and down. And lift. Good. Find downward dog. And go ahead and bend one knee, pressing your other heel down towards the ground. And switch the legs. And switch them again. pressing both heels down towards your mat. And then walk the hands in to meet the feet. And your next exhale, scoop the belly in and slowly roll it up. Inhale to lift the arms. And exhale, roll down. Walking the hands out in 3 steps to plank. And just find 1 tricep push-up at a quick pace. And lift the hips. And walking it in. Inhaling. And exhale, our last roll up. Inhale to lift the arms. And exhale to finish. Thanks, guys. Hope you had a good workout. I'll see you next time.